The episode begins with Mordecai and Rigby working a mundane shift at the park, performing another round of chores assigned by Benson. They complain constantly, dragging their feet, looking for any excuse to stop working. Their boredom is interrupted when Muscle Man barges in loudly, bragging about something he claims Mordecai and Rigby could never handle. He pulls out a greasy, crumpled flyer advertising a legendary burger joint that supposedly serves the best burger in the world. According to the flyer, this burger is so perfect, so mind-blowingly delicious, that only the bravest and most worthy customers can find the place, let alone finish the burger. Muscle Man insists he once tried and failed to get it, and he mocks Mordecai and Rigby by saying they would never succeed either. His bragging immediately lights a competitive spark in them, especially Rigby, who takes it as a personal challenge. Mordecai tries to pretend he isn't bothered, but soon his pride kicks in as well. From the moment they decide to seek the burger, the tone shifts into that classic regular show adventure build-up. They begin investigating the flyer and learn that the burger joint is not a normal restaurant but a mysterious, mobile location that appears only to those willing to prove their dedication. Pops is fascinated by the story and insists on joining the quest, while Skips warns them that legendary foods often come with legendary dangers. Still, he agrees to go with them to keep things from getting too out of control. Benson reluctantly allows them all to leave under the condition that if they don't return by the end of the day, they're all fired. High Five Ghost joins too, mainly to support Muscle Man and enjoy the chaos. The group sets off on a bizarre journey through the city, following cryptic clues hidden in the flyer. Along the way, they encounter surreal obstacles that test their patience and determination. One clue leads them into a maze-like alleyway that twists in impossible directions. Another sends them across a bridge that only appears when they arrange objects in a specific pattern. Throughout the trip, Muscle Man constantly boasts about how easy the challenge is for someone like him, even though he continues to fail every step and requires Skip's help to proceed. Mordecai and Rigby grow more determined, channeling their frustration into pushing forward, even when things start to feel supernatural. Their journey eventually leads them to a quiet, unassuming part of town where an old flickering neon sign glows faintly. Beneath it is a doorway that wasn't there moments before. When they approach it, the sign lights up completely, revealing the name of the legendary burger place. Inside, the atmosphere is strange and mystical, almost temple-like. The restaurant looks old-fashioned and empty, filled with dim lighting, heavy silence, and bizarre decorations that hint at the reverence people have for the burger. Instead of a cashier, they are greeted by a mysterious cook who seems to appear out of nowhere. He speaks with calm, dramatic intensity, explaining that the burger is not simply eaten, it is earned. The cook reveals that before tasting the best burger in the world, the group must undergo a series of culinary trials designed to test their willpower, teamwork, and worthiness. Mordecai, Rigby, and the others reluctantly agree, fully committed to proving Muscle Man wrong. The first challenge involves a room filled with giant ingredients floating in zero gravity. They must assemble a perfect mock burger while dodging flying patties, spinning lettuce heads, and explosive ketchup packets. The comedic chaos escalates quickly, with Rigby nearly getting flattened by a massive bun. Pops floats happily, treating the challenge like a whimsical dance. Skips coordinates the group, allowing them to pass the trial narrowly. The second trial is even more intense. They face a stampede of living cow-shaped spirits, symbolizing the history of great burgers. The herd rushes through the room in a surreal dreamlike stampede, knocking over everything in its path. Mordecai and Rigby dodge frantically while Muscle Man tries to assert dominance and immediately gets trampled. High Five Ghost simply phases through the stampede, offering unhelpful commentary throughout. Skips leads everyone safely through once again. With each trial, the cook appears mysteriously to congratulate them with cryptic phrases. The final trial takes place in a chamber designed like a gladiator arena, complete with stadium lights and cheering echoes from unseen forces. At the center is a colossal living burger creature, an absurd yet intimidating monstrosity made of swirling meat, molten cheese, and flaming onions that roar like dragons. The group must subdue it, not by brute force but by demonstrating harmony and control. Muscle Man tries to fight it head-on, immediately getting slung across the room. Mordecai and Rigby realize they need to work together, combining their speed, agility, and surprisingly clever improvisation. Pops distracts the creature with enthusiastic praise, and Skips provides both strength and strategy. Eventually, they manage to calm it, causing the creature to shrink down into a harmless regular patty. This act proves their worthiness. The cook reappears, nodding respectfully, and leads them to the final reward: the best burger in the world, sitting on a pedestal, glowing softly as if radiating sacred culinary energy. The group stares in awe. Muscle Man demands the first bite, but the cook explains that only the one who led the journey's spirit may take it. Mordecai and Rigby argue playfully over who deserves the first taste until Skips settles it by suggesting they share. They take the first bite together, and the scene shifts into an exaggerated, surreal vision of delicious enlightenment. Colors swirl, music swells, and the universe seems to fold into layers of pure flavor. Everyone else gets a turn, each experiencing their own dramatic reaction. Pops giggles joyfully as he floats in imaginary sparkles. Muscle Man cries emotionally, declaring it the greatest moment of his life. Benson appears suddenly, having tracked them down in fury, ready to fire them all, but after being convinced to try the burger himself, he instantly forgives everything as the flavor overwhelms him. However, as soon as the last person takes a bite, the burger vanishes, and the restaurant begins to collapse, revealing that its existence relies solely on being discovered and fulfilled. The cook thanks them for completing the ritual and fades away mysteriously. The group escapes just as the entire building folds into a single point of light and disappears. The episode ends with everyone returning to the park, still thinking about the burger. Benson tries to enforce punishments but can barely focus because he keeps reminiscing about the taste. Mordecai and Rigby sit on the curb, satisfied and proud, knowing they accomplished something legendary. Muscle Man tries to brag again, but gets interrupted by High Five Ghost, reminding him he was useless in the trials, leading to bickering as the camera fades.